mercy, what a mess is on that bench. Well, here it is, Sunday after church. I worked on this thing quite a bit yesterday, but I just wasn't in the mood to do no videoing. So, but what I did, was I put a patch there. I cut the rust out. I just MIG'd it in. I just felt like MIGging it. And I rebuilt the cab mount underneath. I'll show you that a little bit in a little while. Well, I said I MIG'd it in. I MIG'd in that patch, but I'm having a hard time, man. The other patch on the other side, on this side and that side, and use the torch on the back because that metal's a little rusty and a little thin. But I've got the similar thing to do here, although not as bad. Bummer. Anyway, if I get that done, it's got a hole in the cab mount. Get that done, I can wrap up my cab work. I did order a new rubber floor mat and a seat cover and some other stuff so we can get this cab put together. Install the stereo. That will be fun. Look at that. Nasty. That's why these trucks rust out. There's no place for this crap to come out. Makes you wonder how it gets in there to start with. Anyway, I'm gonna crawl underneath and cut a hole in the cab mount and see what I think then. Alright, it's Saturday after work. I'm back home and I'm gonna work on this old 66. I've got a fair amount done. I hadn't been making any videos because, quite frankly, I ain't been in the mood. But got the rockers painted. I patched the cab and cab mounts on both sides in there. Got my sound deadener back in place. Put the gas tank back in. And some other stuff I don't remember now. But today we're going to poke the holes back through where the seat bolts go. I've got the rubber floor mat to put down. I went to the junkyard and got another seat, which is much better than the one we had. I bought a seat cover for it. We're going to put that on it. We're going to ditch that one because it's pretty rough shape. The springs and all you can see down there are broke and got wasp nests in it. It's pretty nasty. Seat cushion's gone. Let's see, what else did I do? I got a sway bar off like a 78 Chevy C10. I'm going to try to make that work on the front of this thing. I'm going to put the drive shaft in it and work on the exhaust. So we should have a pretty busy day. Right, girl?
Right, Dad.
Are you excited about this project?
Yes.
When we get all this stuff done, I think before I put the doors on or the seat in, we're going to install the stereo, which should be fun. Let me go outside and I'll show you the seat I got. Went to the junkyard, got her a little dirty, but that's alright. Here's the seat. The cover is shot, but the cushion's in pretty good shape. And the springs all seem to be in good shape, so I think that's going to be a good thing. Might need to do a little work right there, but much better than the one we had. There's one seat bolt hole. Well, there's another thing I did. I ordered these off eBay. They come kind of pricey. I think I paid $85 or $90 or something for them, but they're just right. Got wear showing on them. Looks pretty cool. The other thing I gotta do is hoe out the back of this truck, get rid of the old exhaust. There's the headers I took off it. Some people have been asking me why I ain't putting headers on it, and the reason for that is I don't feel like it. Plus, this truck is going to be pretty low, and the headers hang pretty low. So we don't want to wipe them off on the road. That's why I'm running manifolds. Well, and I just feel like it. But there's a lot of parts in here I need, which I can't find because it's such a mess. Alright, Little Miss has helpfully located all the holes for the seats and the seat belts and removed the shifter. And now, if we move that wrench right there so we don't lose it forever, we can get the rubber floor mat and lay it in here and see how it looks. I can see one flaw in my plan already. I don't think the rubber mat comes all the way back here like I anticipated. So I might have to put my thinking cap on for that, but don't worry, I still got my thinking cap. Alright, got that in place. That makes it look pretty, but right here, while it was laying out in the driveway in the hot sun to get soft and pliable, a bird showed us what he thought of it. Right? Alright, we got to cut the hole out for the shifter here, and then we can put that back in. We'll probably have to pull it back up one time when we run the wires for the subwoofer. She's putting in the seal. She'll do fine. Alright, we got the seal in. Right, girl?
Right, Dad.
And now we're putting in the little sill plate. And I'm drilling new holes because I welded the old ones shut. And I'm using a little old wheel bearing grease on each screw where I've drilled a new hole. That way it won't rust. Right, girl?
Right, Dad.
Okay then. Alright, we got this side done. I think we can go ahead and put the door on here as soon as I get a minute. But I think we're going to leave off the other side for the moment, because here's where I'm going to be coming in and out of. I got a bunch of wiring to do, and I got to install this stereo, and I'm sure I'm going to have to pull that mat up to run a few more wires. Maybe even run a few through here. So I'm not going to put together what I might have to take apart. In the meantime, she's going to reinstall the shifter and clean up that sway bar and paint it. And if I get my mind right, I'm going to start working on this exhaust. I have cleaned out the back of the truck some. You can see out here through the window, there's the old exhaust. I took off the truck. Headers, pipes, and stacks. An old raggedy seat. And there's another part I got to put back on the truck, the front clip. I suppose some would argue that I shouldn't have put the floor mat in yet, but you know, sometimes you got to do stuff like this just to keep the juices flowing, keep the interest level up. And quite a few people commented it'd be easier to put headers in. Yeah, I suppose it would have been. But headers always leak a little bit, and you know, I do this stuff for therapy, really. Keep my mind right. I love doing it. I like doing stuff that see if I can figure out how to make it happen, like cutting that manifold and welding it back together with oxyacetylene torch and some old piston rings. I like doing that. See if it works. Bet you ain't too many people done that before. And if it don't work, I'll let you know. It's coming along. I need to get that exhaust built. I'm gonna quit yapping and do that. Alright, while Little Miss is out painting her sway bar, I've been working on my mufflers, and y'all know me, I use what I got. I got some old Flowmasters from somewhere for $5 or something. So I welded a piece of 3" or 3½, whatever it is there, on the outlet side. And I'm going in with 2½, and I think these are 3. That must be 3½ inch. But I'm going in with 2½ from the manifolds. So I just used my little die I put in the vise there, I made, and started rolling it over. And a little bit of hammer work, I was able to get it so the 2½ inch would fit in there pretty good. Probably mock everything up and tack it together and then weld it up as soon as I get that far. Alright, here's what I've been doing. I've been fighting this exhaust. I've got it up to the manifold through here. I've got some of that heat stuff. It's titanium, so it must be good. And a pipe run back there. I just finished welding my pipe onto my Flowmaster. That's 3½ inch, by the way. So we should get enough flow, at least back there. Ain't the best welding I ever did. This is funny coating on here. I ain't sure what that is. Should have ground it off, but you know, it's just an exhaust. But let me take a break from this and go see what Little Miss been doing while I've been welding. Alright, she has stripped the original cover off. I guess threw it in the trash because I don't see it laying around here, as is the usual practice.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm giving you a compliment.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think this original cover in here is gonna cut the mustard. I guess it's original. But I do have some old wool disaster blankets. 30% recycled wool, 70% man-made fiber. Do not dry clean or launder. Well, there's no risk of that. I think we need to pop this off. And then I bought a seat repair kit from LMC. I don't know how much of that I'm going to use, but we'll see. We'll do some upholstery work. What do you say, girl?
Sounds good.
I had 2 of those disaster relief blankets, but for some reason they smell pretty bad, which is bad. So I think we'll use these old army blankets. That'll be cool. I think. And the springs and everything are real nice on this one. The other one, not so much. So I've given a plan to Little Miss and Mama, and I think they're gonna go with it. And I'll get back to doing welding or something. Alright, there's what the exhaust look like. That angle iron is just to hold the pipe up. So that's not permanent. And there's the muffler in place. I still got to devise a hanger. And then over this way, you can see I got my tailpipe kind of sitting there. I gotta get this in there and hook it all together and make it look cool. But just now, Mrs. Heavy Chevy informs me it's time to go in.
Won't I be upside down?
I guess so.
That's better.
I don't know.
I guess he likes me upside down.
Careful.